Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the process for Accenture company where designation is Tableau developer and tech stack is Tableau and SQL. So without wasting any further time, let's move to the process. In this video, we are going to discuss about the process, interview rounds, interview question, tips, and at the end we'll discuss the expected salary for this company. Okay, so now let's move to the process. So if I talk about the process, Accenture we generally takes 10 to 20 working days to complete the process. And if you clear the round, HR will inform you within a week after your interview. Okay. So one thing I would like to highlight here is Accenture recruitment process is slow as compared to other company because Accenture generally takes 1 or 2 rounds for the recruitment, but still they'll take like more time. And I have collected the information from many colleagues as I also worked with Accenture in my last company. Okay, the basically that's these things doesn't happen to me. So I'm just sharing the experience that I got from my other colleagues as well. So Accenture is like basically takes more time as compared to other companies, and let's say you have given the interview today, so you can expect a call within a day as well, or maybe it will take 10 days, maybe 20 days, maybe more. Okay, so there is a no consistency of getting your call, after that scheduling interviews, and after that getting the call for the HR. Okay, so that is totally depend upon the recruitment, that is totally depend upon the availability, that is totally depend upon the client. Okay, so there are so many factors, but Accenture generally takes more time. This is what I want to summarize here. Okay, but Accenture is very good company as in compared to their work balance life and other things. Okay, so how to find the jobs of Accenture? So first thing is job portal, that is most preferred for Accenture people. So you can check out the job at their portal and ask for the referral. So I also applied through that, and I also got the job in Accenture by using the referral. Okay, so this is most preferred, and second one is Naukri.com, that is and third one is LinkedIn. So these three are very important, and but most preferred is job portal of Accenture. Okay, now let's move to the rounds. So Accenture generally takes 1 or 2 rounds, that is depend upon the job requirement, okay, and the availability of the interviews. Okay, but for me there was only one round, okay, and that is technical round, and the time duration was 1 hour, and after that HR happened. Okay, so this is the round process. So sometimes Accenture takes only one round, sometimes they will take 2 rounds, that is 30 minutes, but for me that was only one round of 1 hour. Okay, now let's move to the interview questions for Tableau developer. So these are the questions that were asked to me. Okay, so first and second question were common. So I've explained these questions many times in the previous video as well. You can check out this, how we can answer introduction and how we can answer projects. Okay, now let's move to the SQL questions. First question is where and having difference. So this is one of the most common and important question from the SQL point of view. So how we can answer it? So first difference is we cannot use where with the aggregate function, but we can use having with the aggregate function, and where can be used without group by, but we can't use having without group by. Okay, these are the two basic difference between where and having. Okay, you can answer this. Second one is clustered and non-clustered index. So this is also an again very important question. So there are multiple type of index available in the SQL. Cluster is basically, let's say key, whenever we create a table, so we can have only one cluster index per table. Okay, and non-cluster index is basically like a book. You can take an example of the book. On the starting pages we are having the index, and after on the index we can see like this topic is present on the this page. So this is also same functionality of non-clustered, like in one table we store the index, and in other table we store the data. Okay, but in the clustered we store the index as well as the data in the same table. Okay, and we can have only one clustered per table. Okay, but we can have multiple non-clustered index per table. Okay, this is the difference between clustered and non-clustered. Okay, the third question is very important, delete versus truncate difference. Okay, this is also again very important question, and this question can be asked in multiple ways, like delete versus truncate, truncate versus drop, or you, and sometime interview ask the difference between all three. Okay, so now let's focus on the delete versus truncate. So main difference between delete and truncate is we can roll back the data, after delete, but we can't roll back the data after truncate. Okay, so this is the main difference between delete and truncate. Fourth question is primary key and unique key. So this is also again very basic questions. Okay, so how we can answer this? Primary key is used to identify the data uniquely. Okay, and we can have one primary key at a table, and primary key cannot be null. Okay, but if we look at the unique key is also uniquely identify the data. But we can have multiple unique key in a single table, and unique key can be null, but unique key accept only one null value. Okay, this is the difference between primary key and unique key. So next question is find alternate records from table. ओके, ये क्वेरी दी गई थी. सो ये बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेरी है. तो इसके लिए दो आंसर हो सकते हैं, एक ओड के लिए ओड अल्टरनेट रिकॉर्ड और एक इवन अल्टरनेट रिकॉर्ड. ओके, इसको आप डिवीजन से आप निकाल सकते हो इजिली. इसका मैं लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूंगा. ओके, now let's move to the SQL question. So now let's move to the Tableau question. So Tableau से मेरे से काफी सारे क्वेश्चन पूछे गए थे. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन तो यही पूछा गया था कि on which version you are working. Okay, so I said that time I was working on 2019.4. Okay, फिर मेरे से पूछा गया था कि what is the latest version of Tableau. So I think तब था latest version 22.3 something. Okay, so फिर पूछा गया था कि दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है. Okay, so same thing applied to you as well. If you are giving the interview now, so you should know कि अभी आप कौन से वर्जन पे काम कर रहे हो, and what is the latest version of Tableau, and what are the latest feature Tableau added in the current version. Okay, so you should know about this. Okay, next question पूछा गया था types of license available in the Tableau. So Tableau offer three license, that is creator, explorer, and creator is basically who creates the dashboard and who can do everything, like you can say admin. Okay, who has the access of data, who can create the dashboard and other things as well. So explorer is basically who can create the dashboard and publish the data but cannot modify the data that is available on the server. Okay, viewer is basically who can see the data and creates subscription and threshold value, so that he can get the update from that. Okay, so the three type of license Tableau offers. Okay, next question पूछा गया था disadvantage of data blending. So there are multiple disadvantage of data blending, you should know about it. First one is I discussed in the last video as well. So data blending works with one-to-one relationship, and if there is one-to-many relationship, it give asterisk value. Okay, and if you are working with the cube data sources, then it should be a primary data source. Cube data source doesn't work as a secondary data source in the data blending. Okay, and third one, if I remember, is the value of the secondary data source must be aggregated. Okay, so you cannot apply further aggregate on that. Okay, so they must be already aggregated. So these are the three disadvantages I know. You can read more about this. I will provide the link of the video in the description box. Okay, so fourth question पूछा गया था मेरे से, that is related to extract, and extract में होता है incremental load versus full load. Okay, incremental load में क्या होता है कि data we don't replace the whole data, we just add the new row that is available in the data set. Okay, full load में क्या होता है कि हम लोग पूरा का पूरा डेटा सोर्स ही न्यू डेटा सोर्स से रिप्लेस करते हैं. लेट्स से कि हमारे पास आज तक का डेटा है. ओके, वी आर हैविंग द डेटा ऑफ 30 days, बट जो कल डेटा आएगा इंक्रीमेंटल क्या करेगा, जो कल की रोज आएंगी जस्ट उनको ऐड करेगा. फुल डेटा क्या करेगा, पुराने वाले को डिलीट करके और कल का पूरा डेटा लोड करेगा. ओके, so this is the difference between incremental refresh and full load. मेरे से नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था हाउ मेनी टेबल्स वी कैन कनेक्ट इन टैब्लू, दैट इज 32 टेबल्स वी कैन कनेक्ट इन टैब्लू एट अ टाइम. ओके, और फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था ग्रुप वर्सेस सेट. सो दिस इज आल्सो अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. सो ग्रुप इज यूज्ड टू कंबाइन द डेटा. ओके, एंड you can give an example like that. Let's say we are having the countries and we want to combine them into you can say regions. Okay, in east, west, north, south. So you can use a group, and group is a static method. Okay, and what is set? Set is static as well as dynamic. Set is used to show the value based on some specific condition, or you can say some custom values. Okay, so let's say we want to find out top 5 cities per sale. So for this we can create a set of that. Also, if let's say we want to do all the capabilities of group, so we can do that as well in the set. Okay, so what is faster, group versus set? So if you look at this, group is faster because group is static, but in the set you can say there are multiple options available. So Tableau has to check out all these, then it will give the result. But if you look at the group has just one functionality, that is static value. So you just group the values and give the result. Okay, so group will work faster if you are just going for the static values. But if you need to fetch out the data based on some specific condition, then go with the set. Okay, so this is a difference between them. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कैलकुलेटेड फील्ड वर्सेस टेबल कैलकुलेशन. ओके, तो कैलकुलेटेड फील्ड क्या होती है? कैलकुलेटेड फील्ड इज क्रिएटेड बाय अस. ओके, and we can define some specific condition or we can modify it according to our convenience. But table calculation, that is available in the Tableau itself. Okay, and we cannot modify its value. There are some specific type of table calculation available in the tables, like running total, difference from, percent of total, year of year growth, compound growth, etc etc. Okay, so this is the basic difference between them. Okay, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था पैरामीटर वर्सेस फिल्टर डिफरेंस. ओके, फर्स्ट इसका डिफरेंस ये होता है कि फिल्टर यूज टू रेस्ट्रिक्ट द डेटा. ओके, सो if we apply the filter on the Tableau view and we select any specific value, so Tableau will give the data based on that specific filter selected. Okay, parameter का use किसका होता है? Parameter used to replace the constant value in the calculated field, reference line, sets, okay, and other things as well. Okay, so दोनों का difference एक तो ये होता है, और फिल्टर में फिल्टर doesn't give you flexibility to choose to define the data type of fields, like in parameter we can define date and a number and other things as well. Okay, so and one more thing as well, we can if we create the parameter, we need to create a calculated field as well to give a reference into the view, otherwise it will not work. Okay, but this condition doesn't apply to filter. Okay, so these are the few difference between parameter and filter. Okay, तो मेरे से नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ डैशबोर्ड कंटेनर. सो इफ यू हैव वर्कड and created the dashboard, so you should know about it. So there are two types of container available, that is horizontal container and vertical container. So इसका मैंने एक बहुत ही अच्छा यूज केस दिया था, like you can give the example of like KPIs. Okay, so you can say we are having multiple KPIs in our dashboard, and if let's say we need to change the position of each and every KPI, so it becomes very hectic and time consuming as well. So instead of this, we can create the KPIs and add them into the container, so that if we want to change the position of KPIs, so we can just drag and drop the container wherever we want, and we don't need to drag each and every KPI, we just need to drag the container. Okay, so it will saves our time as well. Okay, so this is the example you can give in the dashboard container. Okay, so next question में से पूछा गया था what is actions in Tableau. So there are multiple actions in Tableau, that is filter action, okay, highlight action, okay, go to URL, go to sheet, parameter action and set action. Okay, these type of actions available in the Tableau. मेरे से next question पूछा गया था कि what is cascading filter in Tableau. So cascading filter is basically, let's say if we are having the two filter, okay, and that is, let's say we are having region and then we are having the countries. Okay, so how we can first of all we should know how we can create how we can make a filter a cascading filter. Okay, so if you right click on the filter, whenever you drag the filter into the dashboard, and when you right click on it, you will get select only relevant values. Okay, if you select this option, so whenever you choose any value from the filter one, it will show the relevant value in the filter two. Okay, let's say we are having the regions in the filter one and the countries in the filter two. Okay, so if we select the region one from the filter one, so it will show only countries that is relevant to region one. Okay, not all the values. Okay, so this is how you can make a cascading filter. This is how cascading filter works. Okay, so these are the questions that were asked to me from the Tableau side. So after that, the manager, I forgot to mention, so there were two panelists in the interview. So these were the questions that asked from the one person, and after that the other question that were asked by the manager. So first question was like how you get the requirements from the client. So ये भी एक बहुत ही important question है, आपको पता होना चाहिए, like how you get the requirements from the client. Is it through the BA? Is it through your project manager? Is it through Scrum Master, your lead, and maybe you are getting the requirement directly from the client. Okay, so you should know about it. Okay, so you can explain in this. So second question पूछा गया था कि if client reports an issue, how you handle the situation. Okay, इसके लिए भी similar ही आपको approach follow करनी है. बहुत सारे projects में क्या होता है कि आपको वो जीरा टिकट के थ्रू आता है या फिर आपके मैनेजर के थ्रू आता है, ओके, सो आपको वो पूरा का पूरा प्रोसेस एक्सप्लेन करना है आफ्टर गेटिंग द रिक्वायरमेंट, after getting the issue, sorry. So how you handle, so we set up a call with the BAs or stakeholder to discuss about the issue, so where they are facing the issues and all kind of thing, and try to understand what is the problem, and then we solve it and send back it to the users for the approval. If user verifies, then we send back to the production. So आपको एक पूरा का पूरा प्रोसेस एक्सप्लेन करना है। ये मैंने जस्ट एक रफ और एक सिंपल शॉर्ट में बताया, आपको पूरा प्रोसेस एक्सप्लेन करना है। लाइक दिस इज बेसिकली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम प्रोजेक्ट टू प्रोजेक्ट, ओके। थर्ड क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था, आर यू इन्वॉल्व इन डेटा इंजीनियरिंग वर्क? सो दैट टाइम आई वाज नॉट इन्वॉल्व इन द डेटा इंजीनियरिंग वर्क, सो आई सेड नो, ओके। तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि इफ यू गेट अ चांस टू वर्क other tools like Power BI, QuickSense, okay, are you open to work? So first of all, don't say no. Okay, if you are in IT, you should be open for every tool at any time. Okay, so if I'm giving my current scenario, so I was a Tableau developer, but currently I'm working as a Tableau with the SQL as well as Power BI. Okay, so you should be open with every part and every skills. Okay, so don't say no to anything. So this is also improve your knowledge about other tool as well as the business knowledge as well. Okay, so don't say no about this. तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में से पूछा गया था कि हाउ मेनी इयर्स ऑफ डेटा यू हैड इन योर डैशबोर्ड? तो जनरली, like if I summarize all the dashboard that I've created, so generally the data range would be around 2 to 5 years. Okay, some dashboard keep only current year and maybe current month, okay, but the dashboard I worked on, they had the data from 2 to 5 years. Okay, so you can give the range, or maybe you explain like in this project we have worked on that where we are keeping the data of last 2 years, and in this project we are keeping the data of last 1 year, or maybe last 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. That is depend upon you. Okay, so how you are going to explain it? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में से पूछा गया था कि लाइक व्हेन आई सेड कि वी आर कीपिंग द डेटा ऑफ 2 to 5 years, सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि देन हाउ यू हैंडल द डैशबोर्ड परफॉर्मेंस, लाइक इफ यू हैव अ डेटा ऑफ लास्ट 5 years, ओके, सो हाउ यू हैंडल द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ डैशबोर्ड? सो अगेन ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है जो हर इंटरव्यू में से पूछ ही लिया जाता है। ओके, जब भी मैं जहाँ भी बोल देता हूँ लाइक वी हैव द डेटा ऑफ लास्ट 5 years, और मे बी आई एम वर्किंग ऑन द बिग डैशबोर्ड, सो ये तो पूछ ही लिया जाता है। ओके, सो यू शुड नो अबाउट दिस, ये मैंने अपनी हर वीडियो में एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ, यू कैन चेक आउट माई प्रीवियस वीडियोज। ओके, सो ये मेरे से हर इंटरव्यू पूछ लिया जाता है। तो लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरे से पूछा गया था कि व्हाई यू आर लुकिंग फॉर अ स्विच। ये मैं बोलूंगा कि हर मैनेजर का ये एक फिक्स क्वेश्चन तो होता ही है, व्हाई यू आर लुकिंग फॉर अ स्विच। तो इसके लिए यू शुड रेडी विद दिस विद अ गुड रीजन। आई वुड से कि डोंट से एनी बैड थिंग्स अबाउट योर लास्ट कंपनी। ओके, लाइक आई एम ऑन अ बेंच, दे आर नॉट गिविंग मी एनी प्रोजेक्ट, एंड मे बी अदर थिंग्स लाइक I don't like the work, or maybe other things. Okay, don't say any bad thing about your current company. Okay, that shows like what kind of employee you are. Are you loyal or not? So always find a better reason. There is a lot of reasons available on the Google. If you search it, you will get a lot of better reason. But don't say bad things about your current company. Okay. So these are the questions that were asked to me in round one. So interview uh, चला था around 1 hour. Okay. After that, like मेरा HR से कॉल आने के लिए, अपडेट के लिए ही अराउंड 1 week लग गया था। ओके, आफ्टर दैट 1 week दे सेंड फॉर द BGV, एंड आफ्टर BGV I got the call from the HR for the salary negotiation. Okay, so this is how the process works for the Accenture. Okay, and these are the questions that were asked to me. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द टिप्स। तो एक आजकल एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट इशू है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग इशू, आई वुड से कि थॉट है। ओके, people are going for certification as well. I'm not saying like certification are not good, okay, but I'm saying like focus on your skills more rather than going for certification. Certification is an additional thing, but your skill set is a primary thing. Okay, if you are having good skills, certification doesn't matter. Okay, but if you are not having good skills, then no matter how many certification you have, that is not going to be helpful for you. So focus on your skills, then add certification in your bag to show knowledge as well. Okay, but focus on your skill first. So these are the tips for this video. Now let's move to the last thing, that is expected salary. So Accenture start hiring for 2.5 to 4 years range. Okay, So इस range के लिए if a person is working in MNCs like Wipro, Infosys, TCS and other things, okay, you can expect a double salary. So and you can expect a range of 7 to 10 lakhs LPA per annum. So one thing I would like to highlight here is Accenture offers 21% of variable pay. So you should be very clear with this, okay, with the HR to know like what they are offering. Like if they are offering 7 LPA, so you should check if it is 7 LPA, 7 lakhs fixed plus 21% variable pay, or total 7 LPA. Okay, so you should very clear with this. If let's say someone is offering you 7 LPA plus 7 LPA including 21 plus variable, then you can calculate what is your fixed salary. Okay, so you should be very clear with this because Accenture offer very high amount of variable pay. So that's it for the expected salary. Okay, I think that's it for this video. If you have any question, feel free to contact me on the LinkedIn as well as on my email as well. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much, guys. If you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for upcoming parts.